Ambassador Zix Taral of the Galactic Confederation wrung all four of his slender hands nervously as he watched the viewscreen. The massive Krovac warship hung in orbit above the human colony of New Eden, its weapons primed and terrible. The humans had been given an ultimatum: surrender or face annihilation. "They cannot possibly resist," whispered his aide, Real. "The Krovac battlecruiser carries enough firepower to glass half the continent." Zix Taral wasn't so certain. In the 3 decades since humanity had joined the Confederation, they had earned a peculiar reputation. Most species categorized Earth as a death world, a planet whose very environment seemed designed to kill its inhabitants. High gravity, extreme temperature variations, aggressive fauna, natural disasters, and even the microbiome would have wiped out most sentient species. But humans had thrived there. "They've called for reinforcements," Real said, checking the communications logs. "But the nearest human military vessel is 4 days away." The view screen flickered as the Krovac commander, a hulking reptilian figure whose scales gleamed with ceremonial oils, opened a channel. "Your time is up, humans." Your response? The human governor, Eliza Chen, stood calmly in the colony's control center. She was small, even by human standards, and appeared almost childlike compared to the massive Krovac. "We decline your generous offer," she replied, her voice steady. "New Eden remains under human jurisdiction. We recommend you depart immediately." The Krovac commander's face twisted in what passed for amusement among his kind. "With what force will you back this defiance, little one?" Chen smiled. "We didn't colonize a death world and survive by bringing overwhelming force to every battle." She checked her watch. "You have 30 minutes to leave our orbit before we respond." The channel closed, and Zix Taral exchanged worried glances with Real. "They're bluffing," Real insisted. "They must be." 30 minutes passed with agonizing slowness. The Krovac battlecruiser moved into firing position above the colony's main settlement. "The fools," Real whispered. But Zix Taral had noticed something strange. The colony's heat signature had changed. Subtle power fluctuations rippled across the settlement's grid, and small groups of humans were moving in coordinated patterns that made no sense unless— "They're not retreating to the bunkers," he realized aloud. "They're deploying." The Krovac opened fire. Massive energy beams lanced down toward the colony, only to scatter against an energy field that hadn't existed moments before. "Impossible," Real exclaimed. "Their technological level doesn't include planetary shields." The viewscreen lit up with Governor Chen's face again. "We did warn you," she said calmly, as dozens of small objects launched from the colony's surface. Not missiles, Zix Taral realized, but humans wearing some kind of powered armor. "Are they? Flying into space?" Real gasped in disbelief. They were. The armored humans intercepted the Krovac ship like a swarm of insects, but each one carried weaponry that seemed to bypass the battlecruiser's shields entirely. Where they touched the hull, the metal simply disintegrated. "Nanite disruptors," Zix Taral breathed. "They're inside the technological restrictions." On the viewscreen, Governor Chen's expression remained placid. "The Confederation restricts sharing of advanced technology with new member species. They never restricted what we developed independently." The Krovac battlecruiser began to list, its engines flickering as armored humans breached its hull in dozens of places. "Deathworlders don't just evolve strong bodies," Chen continued. "We evolve strategies. When surrounded by things trying to kill you, you learn to hide your strengths until they're needed." The Krovac commander's face appeared on a split screen, his scales pale with fear. "What are you people?" "We're humans," Chen replied simply. "We come from a planet that tried to kill us every day for millions of years. Did you really think we survived that by being weak?" Within an hour, the mighty Krovac battlecruiser had surrendered to a colony of humans with no military vessels. The armored troops orbital drop infantry Chen called them had disabled the ship's weapons, engines, and life support with surgical precision. As the Krovak were led away in restraints, Zix-Tarol turned to his aide. Send a message to the Confederation Council. Recommend immediate revision of humanity's classification. To what? Briel asked, still watching the armored humans with newfound respect. Zix-Tarol's four hands gestured a sign of profound respect. Not allies. Not enemies. Humanity should be classified as do not provoke with immediate effect. As he watched the humans efficiently secure their prisoners, Zix-Tarol couldn't help but wonder what other capabilities this species had kept hidden, waiting for the day when the galaxy forced them to unleash their true power.